How you guys doing today? And welcome back to Book of February. And today we gotta talk about the song "I Got Story to Tell" by Biggie Smalls. Who was he talking about, and what happened? When it comes to NBA players and rappers, there is a tight bond between the two. Rappers been name dropping NBA players for a long time now. Either Drake talking about Steph Curry's shot, or Kanye West talking about Michael Jordan's greatness. The friendship are authentic, but however, it is a different story for Biggie Smalls and a certain NBA player. Christopher George Wallace, also known as Notorious B.I.G. or Biggie Smalls, was born in Brooklyn, New York. His father left his family at a young age, and because of that, he had a rough childhood. According to New York Times, he was selling drugs at age 12, but his life changed when he spent 9 months in jail for selling crack. It was the turning point of his life, so he left the drug business and focused on his rap career. He was officially signed by Sean Puff Daddy Combs, the talent director of Uptown Records. Unfortunately, PDD got fired by Uptown Records, and 2 weeks after he got fired, he made his own record label called Bad Boy Records, and he brought Biggie Smalls alongside with it. Biggie got really famous and he became one of the hottest rappers in the 90s. Billboard charts ranked Biggie Smalls #1 rapper of all time. His popularity gave him the opportunity to meet famous stars, athletes, and public figures. He made close relationship with NBA players where he showed tribute in his songs by mentioning famous NBA stars such as Michael Jordan, Isaiah Thomas, and Patrick Ewing. But his fame also brought enemies to his life. On March 9, 1997, he was shot 4 times and was killed in a drive-by shooting. And up to this day, the crime remains unsolved. 2 weeks after his death, the Life After Death album was released. The album sold 690,000 copies on its first week. According to the Billboard 200 chart, it was the largest jump to the #1 album in history. It climbed the charts from 176 to #1 in just 1 week. The double album produced great music like Hypnotize, More Money, More Problems, Going Back to Cali, and Sky's the Limit. Yet the most controversial song is the song I Got Story to Tell. It was a story about Biggie's affair with a known NBA player's girlfriend and eventually robbing the same athlete. The mystery was unsolved for quite some time because of Biggie's death. In the show Highly Questionable, host Dan Le Batard and Bomani Jones asked John Starks if he was the player Biggie Smalls was talking about. Starks denied the allegations, but he told the show that the story was real. Dan Le Batard and Bomani Jones continued to figure out which NBA player it is and if the story is real. On May 16, 2016, Fat Joe was a guest in Highly Questionable show. Fellow rapper Fat Joe admitted that it was a former New York Knicks Anthony Mason. Unfortunately, Anthony Mason was unable to validate that story because he died due to heart failure the year before. In the radio show Breakfast Club, PDD confirmed the story was true. He also mentioned that he would help Biggie if he was stuck in the house hiding. The irony about all of this is they figure out the mystery behind the song, unlike the unsolved mysteries of Biggie's death.